living like a boss back here in the W9. Just out driving around, heading home there this afternoon. February, I believe, 23rd, 2022. Just made a trip out to Delta, BC from the cusp. Had to go out there and pick up a new highboy trailer. So that's what I got in tow with me right now. We're just heading her home with it. And got in late yesterday, or well, not late, but mid-afternoon there yesterday at Delta and parked the truck. The bosses met me down there, picked me up, and we all went downtown Vancouver. Spent the evening in Gastown at one of the hotels there and did a little pub crawl and whatnot. So it was a good evening. On the way into town, though, going by Abbotsford, we had in the eastbound lane of the number one highway there was miles and miles of the Freedom Convoy going by, flags hanging out of the windows in front of the grills of the cars, and almost all cars and pickup trucks and light service trucks maybe, but I noted that there was no semi flying the flags, no semis, no big trucks. They were involved in the traffic because the traffic was slowed down, so they had to participate in it whether they wanted to or not. I'm pretty sure that they're all saying, like, I wish this would speed up and just like, let's go here, because they got to have that load on their back in Calgary, within 12 hours, whatever. They still got the commitment, so I'm sure that's what the case was there. They just weren't taking part in the convoy, I'm sure. I don't think the convoy went too terribly long down the highway, but it was quite a few miles. I did take a short clip of it. And, but anyway, that I did notice. I don't know if that's ever gonna, I think Ottawa got stopped. I think they all got everybody towed out of there and sent home, and it's pretty much over with now. Which is the way it should be. It should be over the proof point, so on and so forth, moving right along. On to the next controversy, the Emergency Measures Act. So let's get on with that. Maybe protest against that now, which was caused by the protests of the Freedom, the Freedom Convoy brought that about. Just ongoing when you're talking about stuff, protesting, stuff like that. And I don't know how it come to be, but the Freedom Convoy was just proclaimed a terrorist thing and whatnot. That's the most friendliest terrorist action I've ever seen. There was no looting or criminal activity or whatever. The only thing that criminal might have been involved is the confiscation of a bunch of firearms and ammunition, of which they only had on the news once that I know of, and a picture of it once, and there's no other external video on social media going on about the RCMP collecting these 13 people and the rest. So I don't know if that's all totally legitimate or not, or just made up just to evoke the Emergency Measures Act, whatever, or to make the main part of the group at the Coos border just voluntarily just fold her up and go home. Now that was brought to light. But anyway, we're on with a different thing there. I went down there to get this new trailer, and he just went out for supper, or dinner, yesterday evening, and a few drinks, did a little bar hopping. And as we're sitting down enjoying ourselves on one side of the glass, the emergency vehicles showed up, the fire department, the ambulance, so on and so forth, one on either side of our corner of our restaurant we're there on the street. And we're not really thinking of it too much, but I myself just thought personally maybe somebody had a heart attack outside or something. But when we left there, it seemed to us that there was a little bit of blood splotched all over the pavement, the sidewalk, when we're walking down the sidewalk in several areas. So beautiful scene and setting and beautiful view there, beautiful weather last night, and I don't know, I've never come across that in my my life being that close or whatever to somebody being stabbed or whatever went on there. It sure looked like it to us that there was blood on the sidewalk and those emergency vehicles they left. It was all over in a couple of 3 minutes, but anyway, it's just a thing to note that every minute of the day there's always somebody having a really bad moment, more than like you're having a good time and enjoying yourself, and somebody's dying. It's just sad. Such a beautiful, I think it's a beautiful setting anyway, for nice weather, sunset, right beside the ocean, beautiful city, beautiful area of the city, gas town, lots of history down there. Anyway, thought I'd just note that whenever you're having a good time, there's probably somebody that you don't know about dying at the same time. It's kind of crazy. Just what was on my mind there for today.